I'm going to give you a tip about how to book jobs, okay? Here's the 3 stages that I follow. Stage number 1, do the text. Stage number 2, what do you bring to the text? And stage number 3, own it. Here's the truth about most actors, busy actors, working actors, people who are still auditioning. 90% of the time, they're stuck in stage 1. And that's why very few people book jobs. And the bigger the jobs, the harder it gets. Why is that? What do you think?
Maybe the actors are lazy.
Well, is it? I mean, you know, some of us are, but some of us are not. We really want the job. But like what I remember I told you last episode, when you have an audition, you're a deer in a headlight. So you can't see it. So the only thing you can see is what is the text, and you're doing the text. But like I said, if I'm performing this role, competing with Richard, 9 out of 10, his interpretation of the audition is going to be different than mine. So what do you bring to the text is the next stage. And that's the tough part. And that's sometimes where a coach comes in. We'll talk about that on another episode. Anything on those 3 points, it's a very important thing. If you just ask yourself when you have an audition, did I do the text? Yes. What did I bring to the text? Oh, it's all written. Everything that I perform is written down there. So I didn't bring anything to the text. There you go. Because if I'm seeing 60 people on this performance and they're doing the same thing, the 1 guy or 2 guy did something different. He brought something to the text. He stands out. Then the last stage, owning it, that's the tough part. So if you have an audition that was given to you at 7 o'clock at nighttime and your guest star audition is the next day, how do you own the thing? The chance of owning the material, 6-page material, 3 scenes, are tough. So this is where your laziness talk about coming in. This is what we talked about last week about drive, right? The difference between me will put in an extra 4 hours. I'll work till 2 o'clock in the morning, get up at 8 o'clock, my audition is at 12, and running with another person. Running with 2 or 3 people that you, what I call is trade. So Richard and I can be a trade partner. When he has audition, he can come over to my place. I'll run with him until he owns it. You know what owning mean, which meaning you run it to the point you own the darn thing. If you don't run enough of it, you can't own it. If you still think of lines, you're not owning it. So again, do the text. What do you bring to the text? Own it. You just increased 40% chance of getting the job.